Entrepreneurship can be a very lonely road, but does it need to be? If you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, healer, or expert, you're probably already starting to feel the impact of loneliness on your business. In many ways, it's negatively affecting your bottom line because it feels like, okay, the more money I make, the more successful I am, the more lonely I feel. I mean, before, when I didn't have a business, it was just like full of people, full of friends, and I didn't feel this way. What if I become more successful and I just keep feeling lonelier and lonelier and lonelier? So it can be incredibly demotivating and it can be incredibly scary to keep pushing forward on this journey of entrepreneurship if we don't have a deeper understanding of what is happening and we don't shift the focus of how we are feeling when we're doing business. Because you might even have a team and you might still feel alone in the team. You might feel like you're being misunderstood, you're being misheard, like people don't really get your mission, what you truly want to do. So we need to sit down and have a very, very powerful and important conversation right now. I've had this experience, myself, and I still have it many times. This is one of the reasons why I got a wolf dog. He's actually here with me. He's sitting, chilling on the ground, and it's tough. It's tough. I felt this way even back when I was building my martial arts combined with personal development business. Even though, I had some friends and I could kind of hang out with people, it just felt like life was empty. And at a certain point, I was asking myself, what's the point of this? And because I didn't gain a deeper understanding of what's happening, I started self-sabotaging and I lost passion for the business. But looking back, I understand what was actually happening and why I felt alone. And it wasn't because I was making more money than before. I felt alone because I felt like that's what needed to happen. That's just the way it is. That's just the way business is. And when I started with my business, I felt like nobody really understood me. I felt like nobody will ever get what I'm trying to do. But that feeling lingered, and I just lived with the idea that nobody understands me, and nobody ever will. So even though I had people around me that could be my friends, and we could have a deep, powerful connection, that were maybe even interested in entrepreneurship and personal development, I just didn't let these people in because I still believed that nobody ever got me and nobody would. That's probably the same reason why you feel like that with your team. If you have a team, you feel like they don't get you because you just feel you just can't communicate, or you're not even trying, rather, to let them in. You're not even trying to communicate your big vision with them. So after a certain point, they give up. They give up trying to be your friends. They give up trying to, show you that they do understand what you're going through. You'd be surprised how well people understand your dilemma, your dilemmas, your challenges, what you're trying to build. I had a conversation with my aunt. I was telling her that I felt pulled to be more of a shaman, and I felt very reluctant to have this conversation with her because I didn't think she would get it. And I said, I'm feeling very, very pulled towards shamanism, but I am self-conscious because I didn't take this course towards shamanism, even though my work is very shamanistic. And my aunt looks me in the eye and says, "You know what? Did you take any courses to write a book?" I said, "No." "Is the book good?" I said, "Yeah, it changed a few lives." "So why do you need a shamanistic course if it's good enough?" And it just blew my mind because I didn't believe she would get it. You'd be surprised how many people understand what you want to do, right? They might not feel like they're at the same or as passionate about the thing that you want to build, but they would absolutely support you with saying, my aunt is not passionate about shamanism, but she gave me tremendous support in that moment. Unexpected, tremendous support. That's actually most people. Because you look at someone else, you instantly get what they want, what's going on, why they're feeling reluctant, and you know what kind of support to give them most of the time. But we don't let those people in because we need to feel special, right? You cannot feel both connected and special at the same time. One needs to give. So you might need to sacrifice this feeling of I'm special, I'm unique, nobody understands me, for connection, to say, you know what, I am special in many, many ways, but I'm actually not very special in many other ways as well. I'm human too. And when that happens, you allow people in. You allow people to support you. And that's probably one of the reasons why you need deeper support, and maybe you're not getting it. Maybe you've already invested in like business coaching programs, you know the strategies and tactics, but you need a different type of support, but you're afraid that nobody will understand you. Nobody will get what you're going through, right? You need the kind of support that pulls out your inner power and allows you to feel powerful without needing to be special, to feel special and alone. And in many ways, when you tap into your power, you're actually, in your time spent alone, you will get to know your power. So loneliness can be also a very powerful asset when used right, because if you're looking at you being lonely as this burden, instead of time where you get to spend with yourself and get to know yourself, get to know your power, of course you're going to be afraid of it. Of course you're not going to want to build your business, grow your business further, because you're just going to get more of that. But if the more time you spend with yourself, the more powerful you feel, the more you feel like you understand yourself deeply, and you value that time, then later when the business grows further and you feel like you're being pulled in so many times, you're going to prioritize the time you spent with yourself and with your family, because you get power from that, because you get energy from that, you get inspiration, you get ideas, you get self-love. Is this making sense? So in short, you're feeling lonely probably because you're not letting people in. You're feeling lonely probably because you're not allowing the type of emotional empowerment support that will make a tremendous difference in your life. You're not allowing that in your life because you need to feel special. I was reluctant to hire a mindset coach myself because I was like, I'm a mindset coach. I'm a really good mindset coach. So if I hire somebody else, does that mean that I'm worse? That I'm not that good of a mindset coach? I lost years thinking that way, right? It takes nothing away from you when you are allowing other people to support you. Nothing. But it's giving you everything. It's giving you a lot. Yes? So 2 aspects. People will understand you better than you think. And loneliness is a superpower when you look at it through the right perspective. I'm doing my best these days to spend more time with myself, spend more time with my thoughts and get to know myself even better. And not be afraid of it anymore. Because this is a huge fear for a lot of people. Yeah? So, if you're unsure of how to make that shift, these shifts that we've talked about, like consciously you're like, yes, this makes a lot of sense, but that this takes a bit more time. I'm not telling you anything new, but the question is, how long have you known this? How many years have you already been aware of this? The fact that your loneliness right now, the way that it is, it's costing you so much in terms of progress. How long, right? How long have you known that, yes, it's okay to have other people in your life, but you're not really letting anybody in? How long? You know all of this stuff. So the question is, why is it that you're not living it? Why is it that you're not being it? And the reason is simple. You're trying to figure it out by yourself. You're trying to do it by yourself. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. If you are experiencing a certain level of success, if you're good right now with your business, then time is something you don't have more of. time is your most valuable asset right now. So why waste more of it? You can always make more money, but why waste time? It just doesn't make any sense, right? So if you'd like to explore that together with me, there's a link below. You can check it out. But in the meantime, really, really ask yourself, how much more time are you willing to sacrifice on this egoic idea of needing to figure things out by yourself and feeling special, even though being helped doesn't take anything away from you? How much more willing are you to sacrifice and waste your most precious resource? It's time to make a change. And it's time to never allow loneliness again to scare you, to prevent you from your mission in this world. Is this making sense? Let me know in the comments if this is making sense. In the meantime, absolutely check out this powerful video that I think you'll really, really love. I'll see you next time.